straight shot up into the green pocket with reds on.
Blue
Pink's
ball.
more awkward. This is a real test of his cueing early on. Terrific shot. He really did go for that. I mean, there were plenty of risks involved had he missed it, but didn't go cleanly, but he hit it well enough.
14.
But just not quite on the blue. A nice angle to get back for a red, or close to a red.
It's been a great start to the season for him. 2 titles, another final in China. Last week, he didn't seem to play that well, but he still got to the quarterfinals. The English Open, Wu Yiza beat him 5-3, of course, ended up in the final. Made a difference, though, getting one side of the blues, missed that red.
Yeah, makes a huge difference all the time, I think. That positional shot onto blue. Just caught a glimpse of the bottom red, appears to go to the right corner. Well, it did. Maybe the black's in the way, I'm not sure, but I thought for a second it went. No, clearly not. He's such a natural player, Rob Milkins, very instinctive. He's good, he's really good. But not yet. Bit of a blow, I suppose, dropping out of the 16 because he's not as used to it as some. But he was there.
1.
Yeah, he got close to that last red, but that was the problem. The red stayed by the pocket. Trump in this British Open has not fared too well, of course. He came back to the calendar 3 years ago. Lost last 32 that year, last 16 following year. Last year, last 64 to Hamad Mir. So when you consider the considerable success he's had elsewhere, this tournament, not yet anyway, one of his best. Time
7.
Yet to put that right.
Eight.
And you can see again that red will not pass the black to
14.
the right corner. But the other red just goes.
15. $90. Okay. 20.
On turn 2, in the 58th minute, but Mark Allen does have the pink to lead Gary Wilson 3-2. It's been an unbelievable battle on the brown there. And as Trump pots this pink, Mark Allen has potted that one as well. Remember, that's live on ITVX.
26. $27.
He's done quite well because he could have hit the black on the way through to those few reds. He's not over the line yet, of course. 75 on, 6 reds left. 6 reds and blacks and all the colours, that is. That becomes
34.
67 left now for Milkins. Now that red spotted. So it looks like the Trump lead and the points remaining are going to overtake one another in a minute. Taking him 3 scoring visits, but he looks okay. He didn't particularly enjoy himself in the English last week. Probably would have done had he won it, but he's very much the man in form.
Yeah, it's still hard to beat. I mean, he didn't sort of get on with the table last week and maybe was a little less motivated than normal after Saudi, but he still came in a couple of frames of the semis.
49.
One safe red here, but there is a chance to make a century.
50. $57. 58.
Looks to me like he's intending to screw into the red up the table off this red. Take the red out and land on maybe
64.
the blue. That will be the plan. He's sure to play the cannon here. Always a worry that you're never entirely sure where the cube was going to finish playing the cannon off a red. Now it's an awkward queuing shot. So, excellent stuff. Doesn't look like the kind of frame where he's going to potentially knocking the century, not the way it started.
71.
It does now.
72. $77.
Yeah, despite being stuck in traffic this morning, he's hit the ground running in this match. Robert Milkins, his first shot actually, was
79.
a real wide. They need a couple more chances, but nothing doing.
I guess they say playing snooker and playing
82.
sport can be stressful, but he probably feels stress-free if he's been panicking about getting here. Play the match, you're on the motorway. It's a horrible sinking feeling that
86.
whatever happens out of your hands, you're marooned on a motorway. He's in a very safe space here, and he's just expressing himself. It's been a
90.
terrific break and fluently made as well.
97.
So this black full career century, 999.
104 on the range.
Terrific clearance. It makes these something very special here this afternoon. 1 to go with 1,000. He leads Robert Milkins here 1-0. Milkins, when the news came through, that was unhappy because he is struggling for form in general. But you know, Mark Allen and Gary Wilson, 2 members of the top 16, of course, they're playing each other. It's 3-2 to Allen on table 2.
Yeah, I suppose there's an argument that Judd would have looked at the draw and thought, well, this could be easier, playing someone who's won a couple of ranking events in the last 3 or 4 seasons now, but it's all about being in form, and I don't know, maybe right now Rob Milkins, with no form behind him, he's been thrust on the match table playing Judd, mightn't be the way he wanted things to go, so yeah, it's a very tough draw. But at his best, of course he can win. Just looks a bit subdued, doesn't he, in the early shots here, the Milkman.
Whereas Trump is over there. Yeah, Milkins is shorter matches, whereas of course Trump has played so much this season. So he's in again.
Yeah, I mean, you can get to the point in your career where you know you're playing on the match table and it should be good, but you think, well, I wouldn't mind just
6.
being away on one of them other outside tables to get a bit of confidence behind me. Because you're under the spotlight, aren't you? Playing here.
7.
Judd's got all the ranking points he's going to need for him and a few others. Having won in Saudi, he's got no problems.
Yeah, for those
14.
that don't know, the rankings is based on prize money, so every pound that you earn is also a ranking point. Of course, the $500,000 there means he's well clear now. Mark Allen did start the season at the top.
It's a good shot, that. Well, the prize money in Saudi, of course, was basically identical to the World
20.
Championships in the last 32 onwards. The amount of money the players were going to win equated to what happens at Sheffield.
23.
A lot more work, of course. 2.5 weeks of it at the Crucible. Not hanging around here, not overthinking shots.
30. 31. 36. 37.
Just taking a couple of reds out of that bunch of 5 that were tightly bunched, but not now. Playing on the pink. I don't think conditions last week in Brentwood were conducive to maybe everyone's liking, someone like Judd. Balls weren't
43.
splitting all that well. Some of the players managed it, of course,
44.
namely the 2 finalists. Got to hit the balls harder and make things happen. But the conditions, despite the terrible weather down here in Cheltenham, terrific today. Ball seems to be zipping around.
49.
So this for the half century. It's his 20th season on
50.
tour, so he's averaging 50 centuries a season. Now, early on in his career, there weren't as many tournaments. Last season he made 79, he's made 102 before now in a season. Pretty relentless scoring.
52.
I mean, you don't know, it's almost like the chicken and egg scenario, isn't it, with making all the centuries? I mean, if you're playing well and scoring well, you're making the big breaks, but also you're winning more matches and got more chance to knock in the centuries. So which one comes first? You've got to be playing well. You've got to be active throughout the season.
60.
Absolutely terrific. He's not happy with, not so much the pot, but just the cannon to get onto his next colour. Maybe the black. That was played
61.
without too much fuss.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, of course, was the first to get to 1,000 very memorably in Preston at the age of 43. John Higgins, 49 years of age last week when he did it. Judd Trump is 35.
Yes, and as you can see from that 67 and 67 on, so the next red means another frame is gone. And it's a question of how many.
There's 2 and 4-3 by Chinese rookie Gong Chenzi. Neil Robertson, who won the English Open so memorably last night, plays tomorrow against Chris Totten. And the man he beat, Wu Yize, will be up against Chris Wakelin, who's a semi-finalist at Brentwood. Still got a chance, this red.
1.
Oh, yes, gratefully received.
Yellow ball.
Yeah, doesn't amount to anything. Has to play
Robert
safe there.
Milkins 1.
Not a huge fluke. I guess if you leave the red that he fluked over the pocket, then it just leaves Judd Trump in again, so it's better than nothing, that going in. I thought it was worth going for. Cue ball coming around 2 cushions. And not leaving an easy starter again. Doesn't like it because the cue ball's just heading towards other reds unpredictably. This one is a slightly acute potting angle. Great shot.
1.
Would be wrong to assume that Milkins could not play a part in this match. Just needs to get an early foothold into a frame.
Yeah, we know how well he can play, and when he reels frames off, he looks as good as anybody.
3.
He's got a natural style that you mentioned.
4.
So had a late resurgence, didn't he, when he won in Gibraltar 2 years ago, and then in 2023 the Welsh Open, plus the big bonus prize that as well. But as I say, since then, form's been a little erratic.
9. 10.
'Just to say, the eventual winner will play either Ryan Day, who won this title 2 years ago, or Leicester's Louis Heathcote there at later this afternoon.
It's not on the spot. It's as close as possible.
No, well, he's made a miscalculation, I think, there. He assumed that the pink would go below the bunch, but it doesn't go on its spot, but Tatiana Wollaston seems to think that is the closest it can go to its spot. There's a bit of an oversight. He still might be on the red. Tatiana Wollaston, I think, one of the very best referees on the tour.
Thank you. Yeah. 16.
So whether he likes it or not, that's where it goes. It might have just scuppered him here. It's a sort of miscalculation anyone can make. But he can get through, I think. Although Tatiana, once again, is there, isn't she, on the scene? Prowling. Looking for any kind of a foul. Pink first, or simultaneous red and pink, that would be a foul. Tatiana's on the case. No, there's nothing wrong with that.
17.
Nice shot. Really nice shot. Perfectly on the red above the black.
22. 23. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't like the contact there.
30. Robert Milkins,
Yeah, well, it
30.
was bad contact, it caused him to lose position, so it was a promising opening that in the end didn't come to as many as he wanted. Just trying to sort of hold on in this match at the moment after Trump's great start, 2 frame winning breaks.
1.
I think the cue ball stopped just about where it has, because he potted the red on the thick side. Had it gone in the middle of the pocket, it would certainly have gone into bolt that cue ball. You can get to the potting angle here. Yeah, difficult shot close to it.
Judd trump. 1.
Milkins is starting to play a part in this match now and must get this frame won with a minimum of fuss from his second good chance.
1. Eight. 9.
Seems that Wilson and Allen on table 2 are going the distance. Gary Wilson at the snooker's required stage. In frame 6, Allen was in, broke down.
16. 17.
'It deserves to be on one. That was well played. The red is closest to. If it just slipped past the pink, it would be
24.
probably deserved. Quite bold shot to play into those reds at that pace. He can get through to pot it.
25.
Well, this is the black, but certainly a red to follow it. Gets him off the mark.
He is an enjoyable player, I think, to watch, Robert Milkins. He's got sort of this apparently easy way about the table. We know it's not easy, of course.
33.
Yeah, he's someone who points the cue, isn't he? You can have all of the methodology you like. You can have a drill. You can play all these different ways.
40.
But in his case, point the cue, see ball,
41.
pop ball. I've never really seen him any different to that. Got a very good eye.
Yeah, and in the end, it's been a good frame for him. He needed something to
47.
happen to stop the Trump onslaught. He's capable, as I said earlier, of winning
48.
frames very quickly and putting pressure on even the best in the world.
$52. 53. 57. 59.
Because he can't make a century here. He's actually not made one all season, so it just shows you it's been a disappointing campaign thus far for Milkins, but maybe here in Cheltenham,
62.
where things will start to look up. Certainly if he won today, what an injection of confidence that'd be. He's won this frame, and the rest will look after itself.
Yeah, it's been a very open 3 frames between these pair. Not a lot of safety drawn out or anything.
Mark Allen and Gary Wilson in a decider, Ding Junhui and Aaron Hill also on table 3 in a decider. And Tom Ford has lost a decider to Gong Chen Zi. Just joining us, Mark Williams, the defending champion, was beaten 4-1 by Malaysia's Rory Thorpe.
One.
And that's a beauty, that really is. And if anything, got too much on the cue ball. It's one of those shots, isn't it? You know, if you are going to play it, you have to get it.
Robert Milkins,
That
1.
you did have, you know, the alternative, which players don't really play now, just to roll up behind something, but... And also, you're hitting it so hard, that brown, that the accuracy to a middle pocket has to be absolutely A1. Just
1.
presenting Judd Trump, of all people, with a chance early in a frame he knows is the worst thing he could do.
Seven. 8.
'I think there's a feeling in the back of your mind, I mean, I can't speak for Dave Henry alongside me, but every time
30.
Judd gets in there, you think, is he going to make the century here? Well, the game isn't quite that easy, but no, he's made so many. He's on the brink of 1,000. We thought he would do it in the first two
14.
frames at one point. Every time he comes to the table with reds left, he's in your mind, I think. Obviously, he's got a match to win here.
It's certainly true. He's from the generation that just looks to kill frames off in one visit. That'll be his plan.
20.
Whether he gets there or not, we'll see. Whether it's a century or not, we'll see.
21.
Yes, I mean, John Higgins got there with the 1,000 last week in Brentwood. Didn't win the match he was playing,
27.
so the old adage that a century just wins you one frame. Of course, won him two frames, but the match did not go his way. That will always be the most
28.
important thing. Like that cannon on the black. It's got a slight angle, but not a particularly wide angle on it. And he has to try and get back for a red. Such a great effort, you know. Deserves to be on something, because that sort of top spin, it's hard to generate
35.
real speed, so that when you go into the bumps, they open.
Judd trump, 35.
Difficult balance sometimes between attack and defence. In a shot like this, trying to get the cue ball to the bulk end, which was not easy with at 1.2 reds up there.
Yeah, he was waiting, wasn't he, to see what kisses there'd be, or could he avoid kisses? It has not finished good for Milkins. Trump already 34 in front.
1.
That's not the worst kiss, especially with an angle, I think, on the black, just to stand up for red.
8. 9.
'So either it's a question of going into the reds from the pink, which is on the blue spot, of course, but he did look at a plant possibly there. If there were
16.
two reds set to the right corner, he wouldn't play to open them, he'd obviously play on the plant instead. I think we can safely say from that there is a two-ball plant that's available to him. Top two reds, just off
23.
set. You have to play it, probably to just play down the black, I would think.
23.
That way you're hitting the plant in the right place.
30.
Milkins has played the sort of game you'd expect him to, open and attacking, but in this frame, they've not been going in, and Judd Trump
31.
should be there, 65 in front already. This black, a 72-point lead with 59 on. And it's not taken long, it's only been playing 41 minutes.
38. 39. 46. 47.
'The angle was not perfect, but they put it extra into the cue ball there.
54.
Hard stunt shot to get into the two reds.
55.
Playing with the sort of confidence of a man who's just won a £500,000 pot in the event in Saudi. You know, all of his points are already in the bag for the season and beyond.
62.
Biggest worry was actually making it here in Cheltenham today with all the traffic, but he looks like he's got a fairly carefree approach in a good way.
Yeah, maybe he'd been at a meeting with his bank manager because he's already earned this season just shy of 800,000. We're still in
69.
September.
Yeah, he's probably in a position where the bank manager
71.
still would like to meet him, but the days when you can see your bank manager seem to be long gone now. Unless you're Judd Trump, as you say. Just once a Saudi, come out and greet you, biscuits, everything.
74.
Well, he deserves it all. He's played so well. He made that great clearance, of course, against Williams in Riyadh. And he'd be ready for another week here. Whatever the tournament, whatever the trophy, he wants to win it. 4 in their match. Yeah, they've not been hanging around. Look at the average frame time, 10 minutes, 42 seconds.
Yeah, it's quick, isn't it? And it's been open snooker as well, not any safety duels of any kind.
Well, Callan looking good now to beat Gary Wilson. He's 50 in front on table 2 with just 35 on. So Wilson playing for snookers. And he's just got one. Well, Gary Wilson, he won a semi-final last season in Scotland, needing 3 in the decider against Shoyi Long, so he will not have given that up yet. Well, not to be, and now he'll be concerned that that might be his last shot from what we've seen this afternoon. He sort of trudges back to his seat.
1. Eight. 9.
The applause is for Mark Allen, the world number 3. Not having the best of seasons, but we know what a battler he is. And he's beaten Gary Wilson 4-3. Took a long time, but he's got the job done.
Yeah,
16.
another match in this open draw, not a nice pairing for either of them really, and Allen has got the job done.
17.
Yeah, the average frame time in that match is 26 minutes, so it was obviously a bit more attritional. And I can tell you that he will play now Aaron Hill, because he's beaten Ding Junhui 4-3, a great win for the court professional.
24.
Aaron Hill seems to have a good record against some top players, and that's another big scalp.
25.
Well, this could be the best thing
32.
that he's got this angle, because he'll disturb reds here off the bunch, playing through on the black. It's certainly taken one out into
33.
play.
5th black coming up. That'd be some way to make your 1,000th century, wouldn't it? I think we're maybe asking for a bit too much.
Well, you've gone early, Dave. You're asking for the world, aren't you? You know, I'm not content with the
40.
1,000, which we'd love to see. Everyone but Rob Milkins, he doesn't want it against him. He wants to get this match
41.
back on track for him. But there's not much he can do about this. Well now, decision time. 2 reds. The red up the
48.
table is easy to roll in on a lower value colour, although the blue now doesn't pot to the left middle because the red's in the way. The red that he's closest to on the right, that's more difficult, but it holds for the black, and maybe got 2 things on the go here, as Dave said, the landmark and stand on the black.
49.
Well, we know what he's thinking, don't we?
Yes, it wasn't really a liberty, was it? You know, it was a very measured shot.
Well, it's still relatively early days, but this would be something special. It would be special anyway to get to 1,000 career centuries, but to do it with a maximum?
Well, look, it's a
56.
wonderful chance, Dave. I mean, where the balls are placed. Never going to be easy from here, but I've seen more difficult chances achieved.
57.
It's only the first afternoon. We've already got some real drama here, some real excitement.
Yes, and playing into an area like he has, he's sure to be on at least one red
64.
to play down on the black as well. And he has. Well, as we always say, first priority, get the frame
65.
one, and that's... This black had one more red means Milkins is beaten. Trump is through. That's beautiful as well. Again, choice of at least 3 reds.
72.
So as you say, this is frame ball, match ball, and then full concentration on the maximum. Judd Trump has made
73.
8 in tournament play.
And that's good enough. Again, I'm not certain that was quite the red he played on, but
80.
it's fine.
$81.
And the last thing he wants is awkward queuing because he needs to put a bit into the cue ball, pot in the black, bounce it up for a red, and from there, next shot's a little more awkward than it could have been.
Good one. 81.
But there'll be more chances because he's still in the British Open. He just left himself awkward. So it wasn't to be the fairy tale 1000th century with a maximum, but Judd Trump, in just 50 minutes, has booked his place in round 2 here in Cheltenham. He's beaten Robert Milkins by 4 frames to 1.